A new apartment complex opened its doors for the first time this week with the mission to help those who are deaf or deafblind find a home that meets their needs. News 13's Chandler Farnsworth has the story.
It's a new, affordable housing option located off of Central, but it's not your typical apartment complex. The Paw Highland Plaza apartment building was built with a goal in mind: offer low-cost, income-based housing with amenities that meet the needs of people who are deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing.
A place where they could call home. Apartments for the deaf community, a place where there were employment opportunities, and a place that they could actually have offices and an event space for the Deaf Culture Center of New Mexico.
The complex opened earlier this week and has already filled most of the units. Anyone is welcome to apply for a unit. However, people who would benefit from the amenities are the priority.
We have a preference list for deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing people who are members of the community. We want to make sure that the building is fully accessible to their needs.
The building was designed by a deaf architect with additions such as a strobe light connected to the doorbell which flashes when someone rings, and outlets for bed shakers attached to the fire alarm.
Here we want to make sure that we have accommodations so there's less frustration, there's less confusion, there's less of a struggle. They have to deal with those things in the outside world. We don't want to add that to their home environment.
The Deaf Culture Center of New Mexico is also located inside the building, giving residents an in-house resource center with staff who are fluent in American Sign Language.
Because I'm a deafblind person myself, it helps to be able to, I can really relate to deaf and deafblind people in the community. I can understand their struggles. I can understand what their needs look like.
Chandler Farnsworth, KRQE News 13.
As of their opening, property officials say nearly 75% of their units are filled with people who are deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing.